Hey everybody, this is Robot here from Vespa Motorsport and ScooterWest.com here in San Diego, California. We are the premier dealership for the Vespa scooter here in San Diego. So today I'm going to cover a special 50cc model that's specific for a handful of states that you can operate the scooter with a standard car driver's license, and in some cases no driver's license at all. Every state has different licensing requirements for riding scooters, mopeds, motorized bicycles, motorcycles, big trucks, etc. California, unfortunately, this scooter would not really help you. You need a full M1 motorcycle license to operate any motor scooter, with the exception of mopeds and some lower speed electric scooters that you can operate with an M2 motorcycle license, or moped license as they call that. But a 50cc scooter does not qualify as a moped in the state of California. But let me get on to why you would buy this scooter, and later I'll tell you what states apply for this scooter, and you'd likely, in those states, you'd have a dealer that would have this scooter. First of all, in 2020, Vespa introduced the limited speed Primavera and Vespa Sprint. This is a 2020 Vespa limited speed 50cc in red for the 2020 model year. In 2021, they have new colors, green, white, black, and blue for the Primavera. The Primavera runs $3,999 in the limited speed model, and the Sprint runs $200 more at $41.99 and is available in sportier colors such as white, black, red, and yellow for the 2021 model year. So first of all, you probably wonder, well, what's limited speed? It pretty much means the top speed of the scooter is 30 miles an hour and no more. Also, the horsepower is limited a little bit. A standard Primavera 50 is about 4 horsepower, a little over 4 horsepower, which propels the scooter almost to 40 miles an hour. In the past, I've done a long ride, well over 160 miles, from San Diego all the way to Yuma, Arizona on back roads. You can watch that video. I'll have a link to that video, or you can just search for it. So you can do that on a 50, but unfortunately, to go 10 miles an hour slower, in many states that qualifies you to operate this scooter with a car driver's license or no driver's license at all. So first of all the components are pretty much the same. I'll show you kind of all the stuff on it. It's no different than any other Primaveras. Even the 150 has the LED headlight and LED taillight for both 2020 model year and the 2021 model. The states you can operate this scooter with a regular driver's license in: Alaska, Arkansas, Colorado, Connecticut, Indiana, Iowa, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, Oregon, Rhode Island, South Dakota, Virginia, and Wisconsin. The rest of the states, you're just better off getting the non-limited speed 50cc Primavera. So as with all Vespas, modern Vespas that is, they have a full monocoque metal frame on them, just like its bigger cousins, the Primavera 150 or even the GTS. Same premium level trim as you find on the 150. It's got LED headlight and tail light, a fully illuminated dashboard. It does go up to 50 miles an hour, but you can see a little red pip in the speedometer, kind of indicates the limit on the speed, 45 kilometers or about 30 miles an hour, and that's as fast as it can go. And later in this video, I'll get to how they restricted this video. And maybe in the next video, I'll show you how to unrestrict this if that's what you wish to do. So it's got the LED lights, it's got the pod turn signals that are just standard. Disc brake front end. There's no ABS on these models. You got the glove box that even includes the USB charger. The one item they do not include that you'd find on the 150 is the electronic seat latch and the remote fob that would open your seat from the remote. The 50cc models, they don't include that. You do need to use your key to open the seat. So moving on to the seat, opens up to reveal a generous size underseat storage compartment. Got your gasoline, a little over 2 gallons capacity, and this thing Being limited electronically and through the engine, probably gets incredible mileage. Better than the standard 50cc model because it limits how much power can be output from the pretty much the same engine, but they've go over some of the stuff. You have the LED taillight. These pair of lights are just dead lights, they don't do anything. Turn signals, the generous size 12-inch tires with Pirelli Angel tires on them, both front and rear. So both the Sprint and the Primavera include 12-inch wheels and tire combination. So now on to the nitty-gritty on how they limit this scooter. The motor size is still 50cc. So I went over the parts diagrams when the scooter was introduced in 2020 with a fine comb brush to find out what parts that they used to limit the scooter. Sometimes in the past, scooters have been limited in their speed with the transmission, or they've used electronic means, mechanical means to limit them, exhaust restrictions. Well, this one used a combination of all three. So the first item that they've done to limit the power output of the 50cc motor is they've tapered the exhaust down to this minuscule 10mm tube. So the standard 50cc exhaust probably has about a 12 or 13mm tube, about a ½ inch or maybe a little larger. This one is very, very small. Still has the O2 sensor because these are fuel injected like all the larger Vespas, which is a great thing. You don't have a carburetor that will clog when you don't use it for about 2 months, like with the older 4-stroke Vespas and even the 2-stroke ones. So the exhaust is restricted. You can certainly get the exhaust from the non-limited speed one, and that certainly would give you the extra horsepower output. So the scooter would be quicker and pull the hills a little bit better if you just upgrade the exhaust. As of early 2021, there's no aftermarket exhaust for this yet that I've been able to review. Of course, I want to get my hands on one of those, and I'll certainly review that when there is an aftermarket exhaust available. So the next item that's limiting the top speed of the scooter, it's all done through electronic magic right here. So this is the ECU, or the engine computer, that controls the fuel injection and ignition system on this limited speed scooter. It's located underneath this inner leg shield right above the glove box, so you'd have to dismantle that to get access to this part. And as what this does is it has memory in there that's programmed for the operation of the scooter. So the non-limited version of this scooter has a different ECU that has a different program in it. Of course, you can bypass that, and the best way to do that, that's quite affordable, is with the Melosi solution. So Melosi part number M5518205 would be the one item you need to unrestrict the top speed of the scooter. And of course, if you uncork the exhaust and upgrade the Varier, this is a must as well. So the last item and the third different part that's found in the limited speed 30-mile-an-hour Primavera or Sprint is located underneath this transmission cover. So in the front there's a variator, and they use roller weights that kind of essentially adjust your shift points of the RPMs versus the wheel speed of the scooter. And they have a different size or weight, roller weight, on the limited speed model. And of course, if you're going to go in there, the best solution is to upgrade your variator with the Melosi components. So thanks again for watching. This is Robot here. And if you live in one of those states where you can operate a limited speed scooter, this may be the perfect scooter for you. Less to insure or no insurance at all. A little bit safer going at the lower speeds in dense urban environments. And you can operate with just a standard car license. But not for us in California. Until next time, Robot here from Vespa Motorsport and Scooter West in San Diego, California. Consider subscribing if this is the first time you've come across my Vespa channel. And just search the channel. I have reviews on nearly every Vespa that's been out since 2001 and current, and have covered many of the vintage Vespas as well.